In this lecture, we will take a moment to secure our plugin file. Currently, I'm on the home page of our site. By default, WordPress will handle rendering the page. Before it does, it checks the URL for a file. In our URL, we're not specifying a file. If we're not trying to grab a specific file, WordPress will load the default page. We saw an example of this behavior with the test.php file. Inside the address bar, I'm going to access this file. This time, the server will deliver the contents of the file. WordPress does not get an opportunity to process the request. What if we try accessing our plugin file? Let's try finding out. In the address bar, type the following path: wp-content/plugins/udemy+/index.php. The server will respond with the contents of the file. Currently, the page is blank. However, we are going to be writing hundreds of lines of code. If a hacker was to access this file, our code may get executed prematurely. To fix this issue, we should check if WordPress has loaded this file or if the file is being visited directly. Fixing this issue is simple. Let's open the main plugin file. Below the header, add a conditional statement. A conditional statement should always be the first line of code in your main plugin file. Inside this condition, we are going to check the value returned by the function exists function. The function exists function is defined by the PHP language. It'll check if a function has been defined. Typically, developers will use this function to check if a function has been defined before trying to define it. However, we are going to be using it for a different purpose. Before our plugin gets loaded, WordPress will define hundreds of functions. If our file is being visited directly, these functions will never get defined. You can probably guess where I'm going with this condition. Let's check if WordPress was loaded. If WordPress's functions are available, we can proceed to execute the plugin's logic. The function exists function has one argument. It's the name of a function. Let's pass in the add action function as a string. This function is defined by WordPress. If this function has been defined, this file is being loaded by WordPress. It's not being visited directly. We're not finished with the condition yet. At the beginning of the condition, let's add the not operator. By default, conditional statements require a truthy value. By adding the not operator, we're checking if a condition returns false. If it does, the block of code inside the condition will get executed. Inside the block, let's add an exit statement. The exit statement will stop PHP from running. Anything after this line of code will not be executed. Overall, we're checking if the add action function is not defined. If it isn't, the file is being visited directly. We are telling PHP to stop running. Before exiting the script, let's echo a message to our friends. The solution we've written is not unique to our plugin. You'll come across this same solution for other plugins. For example, let's open the akismet.php file from the Akismet plugin. Below the file header, we're going to come across the same solution in our plugin. The WordPress team maintains the Akismet plugin. If this solution is good enough for WordPress, it's good enough for us. Let's try refreshing the page. Our message gets rendered on the page. This response is the expected behavior. Just to make sure, this message shouldn't appear on WordPress. Let's try visiting the home page. Awesome. The message does not appear. We've successfully secured our plugin from basic invasive attacks. Throughout this course, we are going to take extra steps to secure our plugins. WordPress security is a vital topic. Thousands of sites are hacked each year. We should do our part to secure our plugins and themes.